Hello everyone and welcome to MCC Kids Father's Day edition. So we have a craft that you can do easily from home sometime this week so that you can give your dad something special that he'll remember. You don't have to give this even to your dad. You can give it to someone who is a special male in your life. I know we have quite a few male leaders at our church who would enjoy having such a beautiful card and sentimental message sent to them. So even if you make one for your dad and you want to make another one, it might be a good idea to make several of these and just hand them out to men who have had an influence in your life, because it's always nice to honor people who help raise us and keep us on the right track. So what you'll need for this craft is a piece of white, just plain paper. And if that's all you have, then you can just stop with the white sheet of paper. That will be enough. But there is an option of attaching one piece to a piece of construction paper, or this is just cardstock, something a little heavier. It just makes it a little easier to work with as the card. But if all you have is white printer paper, that would work just as well too. So that's what you'd need for paper-wise. You'll need some glue. A pair of scissors. You'll probably need a pencil or a pen. Pencil will probably be better just so you don't see the outline and you can erase it if you don't like it. Some crayons or markers or pencil crayons would be fine. Anything that you can color with will be just fine. It doesn't have to be one of those. It can be anything that will provide color to the paper. So here's what we are going to make. Here's one of my first one that I made. And so it's using your hand. And it's a card, and it says, "Dear Dad, hands down, you're the best. Happy Father's Day." And then at the back, oh, my finger went down. "Thank you for always lending me a hand." Okay, so we're gonna make this right here for your dad or a man of influence in your life. So we'll start off with the hand, and then I'll tell you all the tricks I learned while I was making it. So if you take out your white sheet of paper, and you just fold it in half like this. You should make your crease nice and tight. And then you're gonna get your left hand. Now I'm left-handed, so this was a little trickier for me, but you're gonna get your left hand and you're gonna line up your pinky right on that fold. So you're gonna line up your pinky right on that fold. And so this line right here, you're not gonna draw at all. You're gonna start from over there. So you're gonna get your pencil in your right hand, which is a little trickier for a left-handed person like me. And you can spread it out so that you can make kind of a wider hand. And you just start from your pinky and you're gonna trace your hand onto the white sheet of paper. So it should be lined up to that left fold. And I also just drew the bottom here. Okay, so you should have the bottom there. So when you take it off, you should see your hand there. And again, I lined up over here. So this you're not gonna cut. You're just going to cut now where your lines are, okay? But before we do that, it might be easier to just work with this. Eventually, we're gonna cut all the outer edge here, but not this part. We wanna keep that crease there because you're gonna need it to be together, okay? So we are going to make the top part hair. So if your dad has, or the person who you're giving it to has black hair, you can make it black. If you wanna make it brown, if you don't want it to be much like their hair, it's really up to you. I used brown just so that it was different from the black that I used later. And what you can do is just kind of give yourself a line here as to where you want to color into, and then you can just kind of outline it in brown. And the beauty of cutting this later is if you go kind of outside of the lines, you won't see afterwards when you cut it. So you're gonna color all of that in brown, and you can make it kind of streaky because it's gonna represent hair. It's really up to you, or you can do a solid color. So you're just gonna color this all in. You're gonna make it brown because it's gonna represent the gentleman's hair. All right, so I think that looks like some pretty good hair, and then you can kind of make your hairline now, however you want it. All right. So got my hair going, and the beauty of this is that you will also have your hand in the card so that it'll represent how small your hand was when you did give it, and hopefully your hand will still grow, so it'll show a progression of your hands. And now we're going to do the eyes. So I'm going to put my eyes about here where the hairline kind of goes up. So I'm going to do 2 circles. If you have googly eyes, an alternative would be to glue those googly eyes on there, but we can make our own googly eyes. And I'm going to put some eyebrows in. And I think I'm going to give this one a little nose. And then we're going to make a windy mustache. And you can even curl it in a little bit more if you want it to be a fancy mustache. And then we're going to just color that in. And then I put a bow tie on mine, and to do the bow tie, I just kind of matched the bottom or the middle of the bow tie with the middle of the mustache. And you can just do 1 triangle and then another triangle there. And you can color your triangles in. And again, if you have any stickers or anything like that, you can always decorate it with that. You can put some polka dots if you want, just to decorate that. Do something like that. And now we are ready to cut. So you have this fold and you want to keep that fold there. So you do not want to cut there, okay? So we're going to start cutting here, here, and all the way around here. But we are going to stop there, okay? So I'm going to start with the outer side here. So can you see that? So we'll start here. We'll go from the outer edge and just cut all our fingers. So it's good to kind of go in just a little bit so that you can't see I leaked out a little bit. So I'm kind of hiding my mistakes by cutting them off. So make sure you're cutting both of them at once because they're folded in half. So you have 2 pieces that you're cutting together. Just take your time. Sometimes as the fingers get bigger, it kind of gets floppier. So here I'm at the pinky. The pinky you just cut off right to the top. And you should have a hand that looks like that. And then we just have this little piece here to cut off. So I'm going to go back to the bottom. And I'm going to just cut that part right there. Take off my excess. So you should have something that looks like this. And it should open like this. So if you don't have any construction paper, you can put this around another piece of white paper if you like. So you can put this around another piece of white paper and that'll make it a little stronger that way. You could do it that way, or you can just use it like this and it'll open just fine. Now, if you have construction paper, I would suggest you use it. You'll fold it in half, put a nice strong crease in the middle, and then you will open up your hand and slide it right over. And we're gonna spend some time gluing the fingers down. And I say spend some time because the fingers are pretty delicate, so you don't want to rip them. So you wanna be soft with your glue. You might wanna get someone to help you. So you wanna be pretty delicate with all your fingers. Just put glue all over your hand and glue on the back of the fingers as well. You want to go right to the end of the fingers so that they don't curl up like my last one did. Okay, and then you'll get, I picked blue for this one. I'm going to put it right over the crease. And then once you like where it's positioned, you can just make sure the back is like that, and then you can just go over and rub it all down. So now we have the front, we have the inside, and the back. So now this is what I wrote on, so you can decorate this however you want. You can write Happy Father's Day. If you have some stickers, you can just stick them on there and just decorate it however you want. Now for the inside of mine, I thought it would be a good idea to write, Dear Dad, hands down, or Dear Joe, or whoever it may be, Dear so-and-so, hands down, you're the best. Happy Father's Day, XOXO. So I put that on the inside here. So if you want to just stop that, and you can press pause and you can copy it. I'm going to write mine down inside my card. I think I'll use black. And I'm going to write this one to my dad, because he is hands down the best. And you know who's even the bestest dad of all is our Father in heaven. He is hands down the bestest. So no matter what kind of dad you may have, or what kind of dads you may know, you know that you have the best, perfect dad in heaven. You can even write this card to Jesus if you wanted to. And we're gonna write Happy Father's Day. So Dear Dad, hands, forgot the S, down, comma, you're the best. And you want to put an apostrophe, R-E, which means you are, just a conjunction. Happy Father's Day, and I put XOXO. So there is mine. And then on the back, I put, thank you for always lending me a hand. So if you want to press pause and copy that, you can. And I'm going to write that in, I think I'll do it in blue. And it's always nice to put your name. So I'm going to put Angie. And it's always nice to put the year. I think I'll put Love Angie. All right, so there's the back, which looks just as good as the front. Well, I think the front is a little nicer. So there is your card, or there's the basics of your card. You can always put a picture here. Something I would suggest that is always nice is to put the name of your dad here, and you can do like an acrostic poem. We did something like that in MCC Kids. Acrostic just means that you put the first letter of the name. So let's say your dad's name was Joe. You'd write J-O-E, and then you'd write something that reminds you of your dad that starts with J, then something that reminds your dad that starts with O and E. And that's always a nice personal added touch to it. So if you do these and you do give them to your dad, please take a picture of you, your dad, or your male leader who you honored, and send me those pictures, because I would love to use them for our promotional video coming out a little bit later. So if you do make it, please send me pictures. I would love to see that you made them, and so would the team. We would all love to see it. So I hope you have a wonderful Father's Day, and I hope you enjoy this craft with things that you can do around the house. So I will see you guys next week, same time, same place.